Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at Until We Die with a PC. The game was developed and produced by PixEye Games and was released on a PC in 2021. The game is about a monster alien invasion where the last surviving humans have fled to the subways and sewer systems in order to survive. Is the game any good though? Well, here's the review. In short, the game's story is basically that a monster/alien invasion has happened, and Earth's pretty much been ruined and destroyed. The last surviving humans have now fled to the subway and sewer systems, and these are now the last pockets of humanity left alive. It's now up to you to see how long you can survive. And that's pretty much it story-wise. The game never really goes into any deep levels of storytelling, or anything along the lines of what you might be expecting. It's a very simple game which has been designed so that you can essentially pick it up and play it within about a minute. The game's characters are a lot like the game's plot. The game has some, but the details and explanation on them both are exceptionally limited. You don't really get any full details on anything about the characters, or their own stories, or anything at all. But in all honesty, I can see why that aspect has kind of been skipped on, considering the type of game that this is. The main focus point about this game is its actual gameplay and how it handles. So, is it any good? I would have to say yes and no at the same time. The whole idea about this game is it's a type of tower defense, survival horror, and strategy game all rolled into one. You'll start off with just yourself and about 3 other workers, and then you'll have to proceed to collect items and materials in order to expand your base of operations. Once you have a specific amount of items and materials, you can then use those to build defences, change your class to diggers or engineers, build fast food rat restaurants, and advance your weapons via technology. However, whilst this can be a highly addictive game, I did also find it very unbalanced, and at other times exceptionally unfair for literally no reason at all. The main and biggest problem is that your character is the only character who can appear to use a gun. You can level up the workers to use shovels and such, and eventually others do have the ability to use guns, but by that time comes around, you're at that stage in the game where you're either going to be completely wiped out, or just simply undermanned, because everyone else will be dead. The waves of enemy monsters can just tear down defences as if they were made of cardboard, and they can kill almost any one of your characters within 1 or 2 hits. Another big problem is that your main character seems absolutely useless, from getting from one side of the screen to the other without running out of stamina right away. You'll be on one side of the screen attacking enemies, and then you'll have a warning, and then you'll have to rush to the other side, because the defences that you put up only last about 4 seconds, and all of the men that you put in place there will be dead, because they don't seem very good at defending. So, as a result, you end up spending all of the game running from one side of the screen to the other, constantly losing stamina, and also moving at a snail's pace. The game's graphics are nice for what they are. The developer clearly put a lot of time and effort into creating each individual monster and character from within the game, and I really did like the intro at the start. The graphics are not perfect, but considering this game comes from a small indie developer, and you can see a lot of effort has been put into it all, you can admire them for what they are and what they have done. I would have to say that the levels within the game are perhaps the biggest disappointment, because whilst the level is rather huge, it is also highly limited on what it is. The point of the game is to survive as long as you can before a huge wave comes to finish you off. If you manage to survive 16 days, then your technology and options open up more for you, and you can then build things like cement walls, build guns for your men, and a whole host of various other things. If you then get to 20 days, a bigger wave will come and will try to kill you off, and you'll have to see if you can then survive that. But that's just it. Whilst the level is rather huge and there are loads of different locations within there, it's literally just you running from one end of the level to the other, always running out of stamina, and always feeling either underpowered or undermanned. If you're looking at this game and are umming and ahhing about buying it, then I would have to say that, in my honest opinion, it is a good game and you can get hooked quite easily. However, I don't really feel that this game is actually a proper game, or one that really has been released on the right platform. I know this might sound like a strange thing to say, but in all honesty, I don't feel like this game is a proper actual PC game. I don't feel that this game would be best suited to the Switch, or any other console for that matter. To me personally, I do feel that this game would have worked better being released for mobile devices, because it feels and handles like that type of game. It is a game that I do feel I would probably play on my phone, because it feels as if it's something more suited to a situation like me being trapped at my father-in-law's, bored out of my mind, and then me pulling my phone out and playing this on it. I'm not saying that this game isn't any good, I really do think it is. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I do highly recommend it. It's quite fun, it's quite challenging, but it also is very frustrating as well. I just feel that it might have been better suited to be released on a more accessible system rather than just a PC. Well, that's it for this review, guys. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and please subscribe.